As part of Nutmeg's mission to offer our investors a wider choice of ways to better shape their financial future, in November 2020 we launched our multi-asset Smart Alpha portfolios. These portfolios offer investors a best of both worlds approach, bridging both the cost-efficient diversification benefits of passive investing and research-driven security selection of active management. The Smart Alpha portfolios are a winning combination of Nutmeg's technology and digital experience, powered by JP Morgan Asset Management's market insights and deep research expertise. A year on from launch, it's time to take a fresh look at the innovation at work within these portfolios, why investors might consider making their money work just that bit smarter.
JP Morgan Asset Management has been at the forefront of investing for decades. And today, we draw on the breadth of our global research platform to provide innovative solutions to address a range of investment needs. Our role in the Nutmeg Smart Alpha portfolios is twofold. First, we build diversified multi-asset portfolios that can help meet a range of different client needs across the risk spectrum. And then within these portfolios, we use our active insights to lean into securities where our analysts expect higher returns and underweight those where they see undue risk. To build the Nutmeg Smart Alpha portfolios, we start by setting a long-term strategic asset allocation for each. This is developed by our multi-asset specialists here at JP Morgan Asset Management, a team that brings more than a 50-year history of investing for institutions and professionals worldwide. We then employ an agile investment approach to capitalize on opportunities and also manage risk at different stages of the investment cycle. Now, built into this is what we call our smart security selection. As well as passive ETFs, the Smart Alpha portfolios also include active ETFs that use insights from our research analysts and seek to generate returns in excess of the index benchmark. In essence, we're not only picking markets, but we're picking companies and issuers as well.
Our Smart Alpha portfolios are underpinned by Nutmeg and JP Morgan Asset Management's shared commitment to sustainable investing. The active part of Smart Alpha portfolios is ESG Integrated, meaning that environmental, social, and governance considerations are factored into the research and investment decision-making.
Our active equity ETFs promote sustainable business practices and also exclude companies in sectors that many of our clients tell us that they would like to avoid. We also consider environmental, social, and governance-related considerations when selecting where to invest. Since launch, all the Smart Alpha portfolios have delivered a positive return. And as we might expect, the highest risk portfolios generated the strongest returns, while the more conservative portfolios generated a more modest return, and the balanced portfolios sat somewhere in between. Now, at an individual security level, JP Morgan Asset Management's active security selection has added value overall. And more broadly, risk assets performed very strongly. In the year since launch, broad developed market equity markets returned nearly 30%, with the US and European markets delivering the strongest returns. When we look towards emerging markets, they were also strong over the full year, despite a weaker period in the second half of 2021. This means that portfolios that had a higher exposure to equity markets delivered the strongest return over this period, relative to the more conservative portfolios. That's because lower risk assets like fixed income were less strong over the year, and in fact, we saw UK gilts delivering a slightly negative return. At launch, our portfolio managers were positioned slightly overweight risk assets. And that means that relative to our long-term strategic asset allocation, we were overweight equities overall. And then within fixed income, we had been overweight areas like high yield and emerging market debt relative to our strategic weight, and underweight those areas like core investment grade fixed income. Now, since launch, our overweights actually performed very well. And in October, we took this opportunity to trim our winners and bring down our overall risk exposures on the margin.
Our Smart Alpha portfolios are now a core Nutmeg offering, bringing us the power of active security selection and giving you that same level of transparency and control that you know and trust, but with the potential to gain from excess returns that add up over time. They bring an extra dimension to Nutmeg's already comprehensive investment offering. The Nutmeg Smart Alpha portfolios have been built specifically for investors that believe in-depth stock selection can add to investment performance, but without the typical trade-offs of liquidity, concentration, and cost. Strict risk controls, transparency, and low costs mean we believe these portfolios are a smarter way to access alpha.